This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh. Yes. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the couldn't hold that down like right when you start. That gotta be going on. But yeah, welcome back to the link up. Mr. King, Kana Woods here in the building, you know.
Yes, hello.
It's been quite some time since the last time we did this because, you know, there was some technical difficulties in between. But hopefully if everything goes according to plan, you know, hopefully it should be a little more productive. Basically, there was a computer upgrade that happened. Computer was down for a while, couldn't do no link ups and stuff like that. So hopefully, you know, after all of that process has been done, it's a little faster. It should help streamline the process a little bit with editing and all of them type of things. So we'll see. But this is the first test run. So we're back.
Okay.
So I was talking with all you people in the time that y'all wasn't here. Since it was like, what, 2 weeks, a week now?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
I think 2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks. By school.
Yeah, school and
I see you being active on the DJing
DJing.
thing.
Yeah, this month alone, like just February alone, up until now, I have had more gigs than the entirety of 2018, which is crazy.
So it seemed like that resolution he was talking about coming true then. At least so far going into February.
I mean, I already passed that. I got to make a new one now.
Bye.
True.
So what you do for Valentine's Day? Oh, I know you, King. I know you have a significant other. Are you had any special plans? Or you do anything special?
She was in Groningen, so no.
Okay, so no. But you could have like Skype date or something, you know?
Yeah, she was busy studying for tests and working on some application thing. So yeah, she was busy. So nothing really happened for the Valentine's this year.
Well, you saved money.
Yeah, I guess.
That is true. And would you do anything?
I made money on Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah.
I'm single.
But I mean, you know, you could have given maybe a special young lady or something.
My mother got a digital rose.
Hey.
A digital rose. True.
That should be the most important lady. So
I mean, at least it's something.
Yeah, man.
I know a goddamn thing.
Stay home.
When Check Woods play, that's about it. I had class. That's about it.
True.
They're marking up the price for everything on Valentine's Day.
You know,
it's a holiday. I mean, they do this. It's like Halloween. It's like Christmas.
A friend of mine legit took a picture of like in a plant store.
Of course, you listen.
Took
all
pictures
the plant
of the
stores
prices.
waiting on Valentine's every year. This is their day.
Pictures of the plants, and then they came back on Valentine's Day, and everything had like 3 to 4 euro markup prices.
I mean, they're hustling the right way.
I understand.
You know, I did not know there was like a discount on chocolate. Like the day after, like only this year, I really because I guess social media and stuff. I see people posting about it. I was like, oh,
I mean, I guess it makes sense. They show them like a lot of places stocking some extra chocolates and stuff like that in expecting Valentine's Day because you know that's something a lot of people can buy and stuff. And then if they don't,
they gotta sell those too before the expiration date. And then
exactly.
But now I kind of gotta be a little careful when it comes to giving Valentine's Day. Could gifts and stuff like that. Cause at that time. A while ago, I gave, I did thinking of being cute and thing. I gave a teddy bear and a rose to, a special
young
female.
Lady. Mm-hmm.
Young lady. Let me not say female before, because that's a whole...
You're a misogynist.
Yeah, that's a whole different something. A young lady. Bam! A couple months later, she actually, opened it and, was using it and whatnot, the bear or the rose or whatnot. I guess she wanted to, smell it or whatnot. The rose, I didn't look properly. The petals of the rose, it wasn't actually a flower. What I thought was a rose wasn't actually a rose. So what it was... Wait. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So what it was actually was a huge ass fucking panty. A red panty that they fold up into a rose. So when home girl actually take out the rose and realize the top part could come off. She sent me the picture that the thing was that big. She's like, Sean, thank you, but what's this? I was like, happy Valentine's Day.
I don't think that was the intended target. No, I don't think that was.
It showed for a good story.
Bye.
Granted, I never buy a rose again from a random place. I don't even remember where I picked that up from. Because, you know, if it was like a porn shop or you one of those suggested type something, you'd expect something like that. But
Was it in Amsterdam?
no, this is in St. Martin. That's even to show you. Like, what you doing giving, like, I was, 16. What are you doing giving a 16? Leave it at 16-year-old, buy something like that.
Yo, luckily you didn't give that rose to your mother.
That would have been weird.
That
That would have been really weird. Like, I wouldn't even know what to think. Like, what do you tell your child? Obviously, it would have been a mistake. Obviously, my mother would have known it was a mistake. But still, that would have been a little bit awkward.
Yeah, you would never live that down. She would every Valentine's Day she would bring that up like in family discussions.
Man, no, but see, thankfully, my mother ain't such a scunt like me or like my sister. Look, see, if she had to open it in front of my sister, I would never live that down. You would never leave me forget that. But my mother would be like, she would try to smooth it over at least.
In general, like this whole topic got me wondering, like, y'all in general ever got like the whole flowers and thing for a girl? Like, I mean, obviously you just told us you kind of failed attempt at getting flowers.
Yeah.
I don't think that counts as a flower.
Yeah,
But
no,
like,
that definitely does not count as a flower.
Receive one?
No, like getting flowers for the girl. Like, it don't necessarily have to be on Valentine's Day and stuff.
I've done that multiple times.
True.
I've even like when I used to work in Aruba. Like they have like office things. Like usually, you can order for a person to like bring like a bouquet of rose for like a certain type of someone. So I've done those type of things.
Yeah, man.
But
True.
That's when man didn't have a lot of responsibilities and had a lot of money to dispose of.
Yo,
no, I'm not gonna do that. Especially not on Valentine's Day.
But
even if she's a woman,
she don't get gifts every day.
True.
But
every day.
I mean, smaller
throughout
things
the year and stuff
throughout
like
the
that.
year. Like I ain't gonna buy specifically. Like one thing I've never done. I've never gone and eat on Valentine's Day. It was always the day after or the day before, but not on Valentine's Day. I don't like to follow like certain type of hypes. Like it's just a marketing ploy.
Yep.
It's just a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
What makes Valentine's Day so special? Why is this day the day of love? Why cannot every other day be the day of love?
But what if you look at it that way? What day isn't a marketing day then? Christmas marketing.
No, but I mean like this like no, but I mean but they're like specific days. Like Christmas is one of them. Valentine's Day is probably
Mother's Day, Father's Day.
What is the most? I think Valentine's Day is the most.
Yeah, but
dangerous
Thanksgiving
of all
is
of
really
them.
like a gift-giving holiday though.
It's
like,
more of a self.
Yeah,
like,
Thanksgiving is come together with family eat.
Yeah.
Like Thanksgiving, the thing about that is Black Friday, because Black Friday is right
Black
after that. So
Friday
that's how they get the consumerism attached to it still.
Yeah.
But
all right, I'll give her that one.
And I mean, Mother's Day and Father's Day, a lot of times I used to make something. I wasn't specifically going to buy something for my parents.
Yeah, I was never a creative child, so like that was never really an option for me.
yeah, Mother's Day for me, like in my household is like I ain't never had money, and to me it's just weird to be like, Mom, give me money so I can buy you something. It's like you buying
just buy
yourself
something,
like,
yeah.
like so I
Yeah,
never
but
really
it's
got
a
my
thought-
mother nothing for
it's a
Mother's Day,
thought that
like
counts,
because of
man.
that.
It's a thought that counts.
I remember
I hear you, but the logic escapes me in that moment. It's like you buying yourself this gift, pretty much. It's like
I remember I made like a board cutter for my mother once. Like
I mean, I had those simple things like picture frames. Yeah, they just use them force you to make in art school and them kind of ones. But like, I think my mother actually used one thing that I make for out of like the whole.
and what was that?
Picture frame?
Oh,
that
okay.
was the whole thing. That was like my greatest. How do you say? Not invention, but creation in middle school.
I wonder why Valentine is associated with the whole love thing.
there's a story.
Yeah,
There's a story.
yeah,
Can't to me
whole
it's
thing.
Saint Valentine. It's named after Saint Valentine. I don't know what this particular. What was this Pope doing?
I don't know. There's a story attached to it, and I've heard this story like 2 to 3 times, but it's
You never remember
it's not that interesting because I keep forgetting it.
Oh, it's just not that important to you. But okay, I got a question because I was seeing this floating around my social media thing like that. I see it every so often, but see, let me ask it this time since Valentine's this thing. If all you had to propose, let's say I proposed to a girl on Valentine's Day, and
I would never do that.
Why not? What, too cliche?
I'm not going to propose to a girl on Valentine's Day.
Why not?
you know what type of thing you're setting yourself up
How so?
on the day of love?
What's the
Yeah,
problem?
but really and truly, if you go and propose, you're setting yourself up, period.
Yeah, but there's I don't know, there's like a different connotation behind it. One thing, you're already paying way more than what you would pay on any other day. Because it's Valentine's Day. Let's just start off with that. Like if you're going to a restaurant, it's gonna be more expensive than normal. If you're buying gifts for that occasion, it's going to be more expensive than normal.
Yeah, but if you're doing all of that, it normally would be done in advance, no? The one thing, I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
they
The
can't do is
restaurants,
pay for the restaurant.
yeah,
That's
stuff
the
like
one.
Yeah,
But I don't know. I hate Valentine's Day. I hate Valentine's Day. I think that's the thing. I would never propose on Valentine's Day. It would be a random thing. I would never propose on the day that people expect you to propose.
But to me, it's like that's not necessarily the case, though. Like it's a date. It's a day that you're expected to show love. Yes,
but I would see statistics. I'm sure. Like I'm not sure because I haven't.
There probably is lots of people that propose on Valentine's Day, but to me, it's like it just depends on what happened. Like what a situation is with you and your girl. In a sense, is like how often did the topic of marriage and proposing and stuff like that come up? Because it could still come up to her as a complete surprise that like, yo,
by the way, I'm
wasn't
never getting married. But let's continue.
You know, I just realized I didn't even get to finish the question. What the whole thing was, what if you propose and she say no?
That's even worse.
Is that the end of the relationship, or do you still continue and like try again the next time?
I mean,
like to me, I don't understand how people could propose and get a no. That's the
that's
one
my
thing
shit as
that
well.
confuses
Like
me, because to me that tells me that you never talked to this woman about marriage. That you just decide, okay, cool, without any kind of.
I feel we had this conversation.
I think so in a way as well.
It sounds familiar. Yeah, your answer sounds familiar.
Yeah,
I feel like I've given this answer on this topic before. I don't know if it was on the podcast, but you needed to have conversations with your woman before the marriage to be like, yo, how do you feel about marriage? Would you want a ring? Do you want to be proposed?
Want to marry me?
Like, are you going to tell me?
Are you going to sign the prenup?
How do you feel about public proposals? Like, if you turn the nigga down in public, like, what was the situation then? Like,
but that's my thing to argue. If let's just to say you didn't do your proper research or your due diligence to find out, and you just happen to say, you know what, I'm gonna propose to her, and she say no, do you continue the relationship?
No, you can't.
Is it?
I don't think you can. I don't think you can.
To me, it depends if it's a public proposal. Then I feel like it's a little harder to continue it because it's like
embarrass me in front of everybody.
Yeah, and there's like a kind of scene that needs to be managed and all of this, and like there's from that I feel like there's gonna be a whole lot of outpouring from public or other people's opinions getting in your ear saying like, yo, so she told you no and you still with her type of vibe. Like, because everybody, if it's something that just happened between you and her and maybe a few, like one or two friends or something like that was there to witness it, then it's like, okay, cool.
But even with that context, like there's going to be discussions.
Yeah,
like,
to me that's the main thing.
It's like you after that, like it's not going to be the same anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The relationship ain't gonna be the same anymore.
To me, if it was just like you and this person, y'all went on some romantic walk somewhere, you proposed to her, she said no, and that's because like y'all ain't had none of the pre-conversation about marriage and none of that. To me, it's just like, okay, cool. Why? And then from there, you have that conversation still, and then it can still continue. Because to me, it's not just no, why? Is it because, okay, cool, you wasn't ready for this, you wasn't prepared, you think maybe let's wait a bit? Do you think I'm just not the person you want to marry? If that's the case, then cool. Then I feel like there's no need to, then it don't make no sense.
Okay. But but for me personally, I think my ego would take a really big hit.
Of course.
So I don't think, like I already don't have such a high...
But you don't think it would matter why? Like what her reasoning for the no was?
Yes and no.
If she tell you no because
you poor, it rhymed. I couldn't hold it in.
But that is a valid reason. In the sense, it's like, okay, cool, we still in college or something. You ain't got no money, I ain't got no money. Let's put it off. And if it's something like that,
even not on such a logical basis or reasonable basis, I could somewhat understand.
But then I feel like she still shouldn't say no. It should be like, yes,
no, but if you say,
let's plan the wedding and stuff.
I'm sorry, as somebody who's trying to raise a little sister and who have like a goddaughter and stuff like that, and who have sisters and a lot of good bit of female friends I care about. if you going to marry somebody or going to put that much thing into a relationship and you serious about it as that whole life, you have to realize whatever that person have, that baggage or whatever they come with, you have to deal with that as well. So like, if financial stability is something that's important for you and the other person is
Not
financially
stable.
unstable, as fucked up as it sounds, it's a valid reason.
Like I said,
I can't blame if I have to be broke and a girl tell me by now you just don't have no money. It gonna be fuck up.
Yeah.
It gonna hurt me more. Like my ego gonna take more. My ego and my wallet gonna take a hit. But
you need that reality.
I can't blame her. She looking out for herself. So that's. But then that I kind of feel like supporting like gold digging and stuff like that. But like it's kind of a fine line between the two.
Is it really gold digging if a woman wants a man with money?
Depends on.
Isn't that not logical?
It depends. It depends on what type of money we're talking about.
Let me ask: are both of y'all, any of y'all specifically going out? Yo, I want a broke chick, or would you not rather a chick who at least you got your own place? I mean, before y'all move in together and get to planning life and all that, she got her own place, she have a job, she doing something with her life.
Yeah.
Do you just want?
But you have to look at like what levels of.
Yeah, there's a lot of it depends on that.
That's why to me is like, what exactly is the gold digger? What is the distinction between you just looking for
using somebody for money?
You rich?
Was rich?
Rich, nigga. What is rich? A million euros going upwards. So that's rich.
I would say.
So if she only looking for dudes like that, then she's a gold digger.
Most likely, yes. Like you're telling me, like there's no other man below the 1 million that's in your range.
If it's somebody like I don't know a Kardashian and she has a standard,
that's
is it
different.
viewed the same way? Or is like she looking for somebody who's on her level?
I don't certain.
It depends which era Kardashian. If you're talking about Kardashian now,
any one of them that has the point is, I'm not talking specifically about a Kardashian.
No, but the thing is,
a chick with money.
The thing is
saying I'm looking for another dude who got millions as well.
With girls, usually when you look in that case, usually they meeting people with the same amount of money most of the time.
In the circles,
yes. So that's a whole different type of thing. Because that's also fame.
So that's not a gold digger. They're just people who doing things within their circle. They're dating people within the circle.
With fame,
we're not counting Rihanna as a gold digger then. Because she got her own money, she got her own wealth. She obviously got
she doesn't need the other man's wealth.
But she dealing out a billionaire. So she's not a gold digger.
I mean, she doesn't need him.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she'll be fine. Like she'll more than fine. Like without money.
Okay, cool. But that kind of goes with my thing as well. Is using somebody for the money. If you with somebody, if you have your own money and you're using somebody, and you with somebody else that has money, okay, cool, no problem. But if you using their stuff all the time and constantly going for them for money and stuff like that, to me,
but where I wanted to kind of bring it in a way with this gold digging thing, to me is like.
I know mans that are gold diggers too. No,
to me, it's like in a way, it's the natural order of things, in the sense that. Whenever we talk about gender roles and stuff like that, the man's supposed to be the provider, the man's protector, the man is the one who's making money. And historically speaking, that's how it's been for most of the time. Now, in recent times, things changing, women entering the workforce, women getting educated, women taking high positions and stuff like that. Chances are the dynamic would have been the man had more money than the woman. And even still to this day, it still is that way. You've seen a change, obviously.
But shout out to those cougars that are looking for a young man. Giving young man opportunities. And
yes. Shout out to them.
They did a real MVPs. You can't let them go unnoticed.
Y'all, and my Instagram is Mr. _
But what kind of age group of like what are you doing here?
How you mean? You
wasn't talking about young girls giving young dudes opportunity.
You said cougar. You don't say cougar?
I said cougars.
Okay, just making sure.
What did you hear?
Low key, I can understand because at the beginning I kind of hear schoolgirls too, but the hair, the cougar at the end of it.
That's why I thought you.
He said cougar.
I said cougars.
Okay.
He said cougar. That's why
I would never say that other sentence you thought I would say.
You see, because I thought you was shouting out the chicks who was like, for example, in high school and actually dating high school dudes.
Oh,
not the ones.
Shout out to those.
That's why I'm saying they're the real MVPs. Because I mean, there's at least in my experience,
shout out the cougars.
They're cool too. I'm not saying they don't need no love. I'm not saying they don't need no love.
No. I agree with you, but I
But
think
how many
I
chicks in your class wasn't looking to
I
date
gonna
the
make
dude
it-
who finished school, who got the car and that
I
type
gonna
of
make it
vibe?
more specific. Shout out to the chicks that dated the fellas their own age.
Yeah. Like that's all. That's all.
Because I was one of
That's
those.
all I'm trying
I
to
was
say.
one of those fellas too that was always, oh yeah, you know you would be perfect if you was like 2-3 years older.
Yep, I hear that. But honestly, I noticed something.
Yeah, that
like,
fuck used to irk me, like to my soul, Jad.
I was like in my school. I had this like, I was in this position where I could hang with like the cool kids and also a nerd because I was a nerd.
Yeah,
But my cousins were like so popular that the popularity like rubbed off on me too. So when they left this high school, I was like, "Oh, you're so and so cousin. Okay, cool." So what I noticed is what did all the cool friends, like all those the cool friend side of the girls, dude, don't even like we friends, we cool, you cute, everything. That's what you used to tell me. But
man.
they wanted older guys, and the nerdy girls, they just want to stay in their lane.
The nerdy, but
And the nerdy girls become the prettiest girls, dog. I'm just saying.
I ever seen
In
that?
some cases, yeah.
I ever seen
In
that
some
picture?
cases.
In my case, almost
That picture-
80% of
A
it.
picture on Facebook was like, yeah, I'm glad I was unpopular during high school because people ugly or pregnant.
Yeah.
I was like, yo,
It's not a meme, yeah.
that one was rough. But I don't know. The whole gold digging thing is.
But like back to the do you all not think it's like part of the natural order though?
What do you mean?
Like this thing I was just laying out
Not-
with the gender roles type of thing. It's
natural-
like
I
men
wouldn't-
have money, women are been in a position generally speaking they wasn't, or their way to get money was through the man in a way. That's how society
then-
was set
yeah,
up for
but
a
then
long
yes.
time.
Yeah, I
think-
wouldn't say natural then. I would
And
just
now
say
we still have a lot of residual effects kind of that because a lot of people that was like the mother generation and the mother raised it
No,
out
I wouldn't-
in a way
I
that
wouldn't
thinks
say-
similar.
I think, well, at least,
Like I remember,
maybe I'm in my
this Spanish
bubble.
girl. I remember this Spanish girl who was
yeah,
like,
but,
yo,
yeah, okay, but
I know in the Spanish community,
yeah.
the Latin community,
I was
the
just
rules
about-
a little different.
I
But
was
the
just
point
about to
was,
say
this
it.
chick was like, yo, when she found out that this chick was with my homie, who was the same age as me, the chick maybe was a year younger than us. So we was probably like maybe 17 at the time. She was 16 or something like that. When this chick mother found out who it was that a chick was with, being a dude who was her own age, more or less, is like, what you doing with this dude? What he gonna do for you? Like he can't support you with nothing and things. Like you need a dude who's not out of school, who has a job, who's working and things. She's literally, she was upset with her daughter for being with a person her own age because like he can't do nothing for you.
I don't necessarily think it was because he was her own age.
I think it was
like
also he was
him
not at
personally.
school.
No.
There was more stuff.
This was about his age, the fact that you was a boy going to school who can't do nothing for you.
Going school. I thought he was not going to school.
Like we was in like this was high school times or whatever. So it's
okay.
like we're all in high school at the time. You would think it would be normal to date somebody in
I
high
think-
school,
I
but
think-
her
also-
mother's like, no, what
Nah,
you doing with this little boy?
But
I
maybe
think-
this is a specific case with the mother.
Yeah,
This-
because it could be that, or I have a feeling too if she was dating somebody her own age, let's say from like the private schools on the island, CIA or LU, who was supposed to have more money than everybody else, then it wouldn't necessarily have been a problem.
Maybe.
But, I think, but what I was saying before, I don't necessarily think it's natural something. I think it's more of a tradition, more tradition wise.
Yeah.
Because where the nature's concerned, that going to be like person by person.
I guess
case.
naturally
And
maybe was
here-
the wrong word to use, but
Yeah.
to me it's
That
like
doesn't
it's,
say much
the,
of it.
it's like
It's
the
what we're
logical
accustomed to.
no, I mean like it's the logical conclusion of what's gonna happen in the way we set society up in a way. We decide kind of that women are valued based on looks, and guys you can accuse dudes of being beauty diggers in a sense. Like women dig gold, guys dig beauty, because how many dudes really checking for the ugly chick? You
It's
looking for
but
the
you
chick
know what's-
that's
but you know what's
socially
sense- is the
acceptable,
ugly-
the clear skin, curly hair chick like all of we man in Ebenezer used to be talking about
Is-
and stuff. And some of us have reformed, some, not all, but you know.
I never had a. I gonna shut up.
I'm glad.
I go.
What
I go
were
shut
you?
up.
What were you
You
going
know what? No, fuck it.
I know exactly what
Fuck
it's
it.
going.
I
You lying?
go still say
You
it.
lying?
I go still say
Are
it.
you going to like Kana? You never had a Spanish chick?
No,
That's what
I
we
never
do.
gonna say that. I was on the host, cause we had a abbreviation. It was C.S.C.H.
Clear skin,
But-
curly hair.
Those just the ones that like how to say, responded to my advances. My advances was like, I checked everybody, Haitian, black, Chinese, white, it don't matter. It just happened like those type happened to respond to me. That's why I say I don't like Spanish girls. Spanish girls like me. It's not.
Do you honestly believe that, Kana?
Yeah, because I have a, like, you could probably check a lot of other girls like inboxes and DMs. Like, I've tried. Like I said, those are the ones that happen to like respond to my advances. So it's not
The
my
only
fault.
thing I would be curious about there is the ratio of, that would be the only thing that I would say that might give you some kind of skewed feedback if it's like you're having that 2 dark skin chicks and like 7 light skin chicks. And it's like, yeah, more light skin chicks respond. That's the only thing I'm curious. I'm not saying what you're saying ain't true. I just don't know what your ratio is.
Yo, big.
How much dark skin chicks DMs you? Like, if you were to estimate at least, what would you think is the ratio or percentage wise that's like dark skin versus light skin and other races or whatever?
That's a very good question. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have like, to me, fine. To me personally, fine is fine. Like, when I don't have a thing.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. And to me, a lot of people say that, and this goes into like this is a conversation that comes up in my group chat with like the rarity boys and stuff a lot, because it's like I'm the designated pro-black person or whatever.
More or less.
Not. It's always a question of my beliefs on interracial dating. How do I see this? Well, anytime something happens, it's like, Gary, is this okay? Like, is it okay if I look at this chick and whatever? It's like, do what you want.
I find that going too far.
Yeah, but I'm on to do with more jokes than anything, because I know it's like because of views I've expressed previously. But to me, the thing with that is, yes, you can say fine is fine, but my question then is, what is fine and why is this fine? Whatever that fine is that you see, if there's something like, if there's a pattern of like, if you're seeing fine and it's only certain chicks that fall into that get class, or is mostly chicks that look a certain way that get classified as fine, why is that the case? And
but I mean,
I ain't gonna lie, I think,
is it genuinely
I'm going to be 100% real now. I'm not going to say that my upbringing didn't have a certain influence in what I consider as beauty, I guess. More, I guess, because I think one of the first girls I remember liking was a white girl. And because I grew up in like white environment, well, let me not just say white, American type school and stuff like that. Maybe that's why my preferences might be more on the lighter side. But like, I can't just sit here and say I don't like black darker chicks ain't beautiful as well, or light skinned chicks more beautiful than
this conversation actually leads me to an interesting spot, because I don't know if y'all had saw that over the weekend or the last week or something. I don't know exactly when it came out, but there was this video of a football player giving a toast.
Yeah,
and
like
stuff,
more light skinned babies. Yeah. I see
and
that.
it's like things like that. That is why I have an issue with. If you're telling me that you have a preference and it's just indeed that, all right, cool. And that can even be viewed in the same way. Like, yo, he just saying he like light skinned chicks and stuff. Well, my issue with that is the indirect message that
but was he saying
it's
that
the same thing.
Yeah, the man was like, to more light skinned chicks.
Yeah, but to more light skinned chicks, babies.
No, more light skinned babies.
Because like
being a dark skinned man with a white woman, what does that tell you?
Yeah, but
what kind of light skin he talking about?
No, but you could look at it in two ways. You could look at it in the sense of, look, like like a statistic in the Netherlands, in like 30 to 40 years, no, actually more, but there's going to be a certain point that you cannot look at someone and say they're white or they're black. You can't.
I will say you're incorrect there, because I know exactly where it is you're going, because there was the study and thing done like 2040 or 2050 and stuff like that.
Maybe all mixed races.
Yeah. And I know there was a study done in the US in particular where they was saying that white people won't be the majority anymore. It's not to say that, but
if he means it like that, then I have no problem with it. Because then it's just like, because in the States there's their culture is like what happened in the States, just to see like the progress that they made, which is kind of fucked up to say, but America's fucked up, that a black man and a white girl can be together and having no lynching and no fucking fucked up shit happen with that man. It could still happen because we got Trump and doing his bullshit again and reversing any type of progress. that was happening, especially in the red states. But I digress. In the States, it depends on how we trying to say it. Maybe he didn't.
To me, it don't depend on nothing. I don't know. To me personally, it don't depend on nothing. To me, that's just as problematic. It's just the same issue there is the same issue with, oh, okay, so this light-skinned curly hair chick, she has the good hair. You're not saying that black people hair is nappy. You're not saying that it's not trash. You're not saying that you don't like black people or black hair or anything like that. But these are the indirect messages that can be learned, can be derived, that been used to keep other people feeling insecure, feeling unloved, and all of these things for years. The only logical statement you can think is, okay, cool, if that is good hair, that means the hair that I have is bad hair. That's the only logical conclusion you can draw from that. If light skin is being praised, that obviously means if you got dark skin, that's not where it's at. That's not what we're trying to praise. That's my issue with these type of things.
I understand what you're saying, but it really depends on what his mindset is. Some people just don't know how to communicate
That means
good.
you ignorant. That means you lacking information. That don't mean it's a good thing to me. Yes,
But
okay,
then,
cool.
but then you have to have the conversation with him. What did you mean by saying that? Because right now it's just his sentence, and we're trying to understand what he meant by saying that. He could have well meant that. Most likely, yes. But we don't know.
Okay.
Because we did not have the discussion with that person. What did you mean by more light-skinned babies?
I'll be right back.
No, I understand. But it's just like...
Kana, you quiet.
Hey, thinking. We sleeping.
You quiet, Robin. Listen, you're not your conversation.
I guess some bad news there. I gotta get to yourself. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I completely zone out there.
But to me, I'm like, my main question, if you're a person that has the preference of dating light-skinned people or biracial people or white girls or whatever as a black person, my only question to you is, why do you have this preference? And be honest with yourself. And to me, like, the answer oftentimes, it comes down to self-hate. It not always is. Or a form of internalized self-hate that is not something that's always conscious. It's not something that you always realize. It's just we live in a society that kind of sets you on a path to see this as like a preference where everything in society tells you that the thinner features are prettier, the less curly hair, the less kinky hair, that's nicer, the smaller lips, not the big African lips, those are things make fun of. Jay-Z gets clowned for his lips and all of these things.
But now it's like, isn't it switching?
For the skin color.
Everybody wants big lips, big ass, big tits.
And even that is another issue, because what are they saying? They don't want that on the black person where it originally is. They want that on Kim Kardashian, which is another problematic issue in itself, because a lot of people attributing boxer braids and all of these things to Kim Kardashian, all these black styles, all these things that been going on that black women been doing is being attributed to Kim Kardashian as she's starting the trend. She's what makes this attractive.
I mean, she started the fake ass trend. Yes.
And before that, booties was never praised.
Booties was praised before that.
In the black community.
In the black community.
In mainstream. No, booty,
no, yeah, but
appreciation for the booty thing. And stuff is... But, okay.
Look, I mean, in the sense of, look, you can't, like, whatever mainstream finds popular, like, what can you do about it? Nothing. It's a whole market employee thing. Now these plastic surgeons are happy because of this. They're making money. It's all marketing. What's the new trend?
Do you still find it a mental or I forget a word you had to use?
Self-hate?
Yeah, do you still consider self-hate?
Internalized anti-blackness?
If is a mixed person trying to get mixed babies as well?
Okay, look, before I answer that question, the thing is, like,
yo, you know,
here in the Netherlands for black man,
and it getting hot, and like this thing on my head,
making you sweat, no?
Yeah, the thing that we never addressed the whole time.
I surprised Arias.
I was holding it in. I wanted to take a picture, but it was like, this conversation is good. They don't want to fuck it up. So,
oh god. Yeah, for anybody who was actually watching the video before Woods gave his thing, I had no particular reason why I had that on my head.
He just wanted to look like Snoop Dogg.
Trying something.
Yeah, you know, it's my look for 2019.
But here in the Netherlands, I find specifically if you're black, it's easier, and I've had multiple people tell me this. It's easier to
And depending into the racial relationship.
to go no to if you approach a white girl, it's easier to
And I feel like even that is misleading. The reason being is because of numbers. To me, like it is the same way. Whereas, like if you only got 5 black, if the selection pool to choose from is smaller.
Let me finish.
Continue.
It's like if you're not looking for a relationship type thing, if you just want to hook up, it's easier to do that with a white girl than with a black girl.
I don't know.
I would kind of have to concur with that statement.
I could agree, but to me, it still goes back to like what I was saying. I feel like that it can be viewed that way because of the selection process. It's not a fair statistic, in my opinion, because of the simple fact that white people are the majority in this country. The chances are that you're going to come across a white... Like, if there were equal amounts of black girls, equal amounts of white girls in this country, and you approach an equal amount of black girls and equal amount of white girls, it wouldn't surprise me if the numbers was more closely. I know there's other things that can come into play, like culture and stuff, that more black people, religion and different things like that might lead black people to view sex and thing in a different way than they do like white people. But to me, it's not a fair judgment.
No, but you also have to look at it from the sense of you have a lot of
people like true, but it's not a fair
weird
statistic.
People like weird. People like foreigners. For a lot of this, let me finish before you say anything.
Let's say different, not weird.
Yeah, but weird different. For a lot of people, weird is different. Different is weird. People like weird. People like different.
Continue.
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. Continue.
Words. But what tends to happen a lot of times, like a lot of these quote unquote girls come from small towns where they know, like,
and they never fuck a black girl, so they want a black experience. But that's not gonna be me.
I understand. but that's true. But that is true.
If this girl genuinely loves you and stuff like that, and genuinely cares about you, all of that's cool. But I know that's not what you're looking for in the type of scenario. In the type of scenario you just listed, that's not what you're looking for. So I get that. And in that case, if you cool with just being somebody's fetish for this one night, that's like more power to you.
But for a lot of black guys,
the black experience,
for the black guys, it's the same thing as well.
Being with a white girl, I understand. And if that's okay, it's cool. To me, I don't see that as necessarily being a healthy way to look at people, fetishizing, being like, cool, I just want the white chick. Like, to me, that's not a healthy way to look at people in general, much less sexual things. But that's for each person on their own to decide. I can't tell you that. That's why I had to just laugh when my homies be saying this stuff, because I don't care who you date. I could only control me at the end of the day. I know what I am going to do and nobody sees the world like me. Very few people see the world like me and agree with all of my opinions and stuff. I'm not expecting nobody to agree with all of my opinions. Some, sure. But do whatever you want to do. It's like, I'm cool with my black women. I'm happy there.
Okay, but again, I feel
long
like,
conversation.
No, but not only that, I feel like my question wasn't answered. Is it still self-hate? Is it still self-hate?
With a interracial person, a mixed person wanting more mixed babies?
Yeah, because like one of the main things...
But then, because then he would be doing exactly what you're doing, but then he's sticking to his mixed lane.
But that's the thing, because a lot of things I've been seeing with this whole topic is concerned...
I just find this stupid, honestly, but yeah.
I think so too, but one of the arguments...
I just don't talk about it much and be like, let people do what they want to do.
One of the arguments I've been hearing the most, like, women been saying in general, humble yourself, because the girl you're looking for don't look like your mother. So, okay, cool. So now, me having a light-skinned mother and a mixed mother, is it still self-hate if I specifically go looking for a mixed chick? Just like how black women how they have now this whole thing about black women going specifically looking for black men and black men going specifically looking for black women. So is it the same thing with other races?
To me, the reason it's similar to all the situations is like the why. Why are you doing this? To me, that's the most important thing.
But a lot of people don't know why.
And I mean, you need to ask yourself that question and do some self-reflection to come to the answer to me. Because for me, it took some time before I could acknowledge the certain aspects of my behavior, the self-hateness in it, or the anti-blackness that is. If you, like, colorism is just something that is worldwide and global, and it runs rampant, and the amount of people it affects in terms of, it's impossible to tell me that for all of the black people in the world that they have the same preference towards lighter skin. And it's not, I'm not saying all black people, but I mean it is something that you see everywhere, where a large portion of the black population, whether they bleaching their hair and stuff to get rid of their blackness, what else can that be defined as? Like, if you bleaching your skin to try to get lighter skin,
like if
that's
you
not anti-blackness or self-hate.
If you fall under that segment of the world, then you have a problem. Then you have a problem. Look,
and there's a lot of people, not just black countries, Asian countries, Indian countries, all these places with darker skinned people, they're doing the same shit.
Bleaching,
it's like,
but
to tell me it's just a preference, I'm like, really analyze it and think about that and be like, really, is it just genuinely a preference, or was there no outside influence into leading this preference for lighter skin, thinner noses, thinner lips, a long curly hair, all the features that are typically associated with Europeans? If you can tell me honestly that it's just, after this reflection that you did, that it's just a preference, cool, do your thing. I ain't got no problem with you. Unless if you're out there practicing, if you're out there toasting to light-skinned babies and talking about this is good here and making these type of statements, then I have an issue with you, because that type of stuff, you can have your preference without shitting on nobody. You don't have to shit on nobody to have your preference. That is my issue with most of the people who claim to have preference. That's why I stopped being one of those people to stop preaching clear skin curly. I know I was guilty of it. I was one of those people that grew up in Ebenezer.
I've never done
with
that
all the people that had this same preference about clear skin curly hair stuff.
You should stop labeling Ebenezer as that, because it wasn't only Ebenezer that was doing it.
Okay, cool. I know it's not only Ebenezer, but when females come to me and tell me they don't want to date Ebenezer people because they know Ebenezer people have this preference of clear skin curly, you can't tell me that it's not something we're known for. If people outside of Ebenezer telling me, and this is why, I know you're an Ebenezer guy, I assume you just thinking this way.
I was never approached that way.
True, and that's you. That's good.
I don't know.
But all I'm saying is there's some people from Ebenezer that have lower platforms that kind of paint the rest of Ebenezer in a certain way. Shout
out to the Ebenezer crew.
Shout out to homie Gilla.
Jesus Christ, why that?
So it's not true. It's not. The man is my homie, but the man just got different beliefs.
The man was just preaching what he liked at the time.
And also he from Ebenezer, so we all get lumped in.
But what Gilda likes does not represent the whole Ebenezer.
I understand, but that's how he looks to the rest of the world. It's like, okay, well.
So Gilda's the mascot forever. That's what he tried to say. That.
The spokesperson. That's how a lot of people see him.
Okay, my bad. Not a mascot, the spokesperson.
Yeah,
okay,
that's how a lot of people seem to see it, or view it at least.
Okay, all right.
So what was the answer to your question?
But I don't think so, because like I said, it's why. Okay. It's the why. Well, what is your reason that you want to make?
But that's why
it also could be potentially self-hate if it's like, but I wouldn't see it necessarily in the same way, because if you're a mixed person that wants to create more mixed people, I don't see how that can be self-hate, because it's like you're finding somebody who is you, who looks like you, who has a similar background and cultural makeup to you, that is maybe may not be white black and a white black person. But
let me switch it up quick, and then we won't get off of this one.
What about a white man that only like a white girl that only likes black man?
Then it gets into the fetish thing, and I would ask, is it genuinely just that coincidence that you happen to only fall for black guys, or do you fetishize them in some way where it's like you feel that, I don't know.
I think
like that's what to me. When is one person that only dating one person of another race or whatever? To me, I still ask why. Then I can't tell the person what the answer is for themselves. I have no idea.
Because I find Asian girls super attractive. I've never dated one before.
Me too.
But I find them super attractive. And I can't really tell you why.
Anime had nothing to do with that. The
animes don't. But animes
wasn't watching hentai.
No, but anime, let's be honest. None of the, there's a minimum of anime that looks Asian. No anime
doesn't
looks
have
Asian.
to be about the look. I've heard people express similar things, and they find Japanese people really, and part of the reason why is hentai, and a lot of watching anime, the way that the females are culturally, it's You know how many? If
It's
you look at
not-
Inoue, if you look at name any anime, look at the female character. She weak. She's a damsel in distress. All she does is cry most of the like. There's lots of animes that paint women in a certain thing, and if that is what appeals,
Yeah, but-
I've heard
Yeah,
from
but-
certain people.
but I know.
Wait.
Yeah.
Now you're talking that's specific.
certain types of
stereo.
anime.
I was just
There's
gonna
certain
say
types of anime.
that-
It's not all anime.
that's
It's
a bit-
shonen. In shonen,
that's
oftentimes
a specific
like,
genre
Inoue,
of anime.
what's her name? Hinata, like
That's
what-
because they have the other
Seven
animes.
Deadly Sins. I
They
don't
have
know if
the
you ever
other-
watched that one. He got
Yeah,
his
but
person,
look, the thing is, like now we're trying to figure, like now we're talking about like media and trying to make media from what they view as like what they consume as media as what these women are like in general. That's not the case.
But a
Like,
lot
we
of times
cannot
you
have-
don't know. For
No,
example,
but
if-
I have Asian friends.
and that's
but-
you.
Yeah, but that's no. But I'm just saying, like,
But then that just leads to what you were saying before. That just means you're ignorant and lack information. Because if you watching anime and thinking that's what Japanese or that's what Asian girls are like, then you're highly
But
misinformed.
where do stereotypes come from? Where it's like, okay, black dudes got big dicks. There's somebody, like, it might be some truth to it or whatever, but there's certain things that are taken and represented in the media, and these become like reasons to fetishize certain people. Because I could definitely, as a white woman, is like, if all you hearing is black dudes got a big dicks, like, why would you not want to fetishize or want to go after specifically black guys? Because you're hearing this and these type of things. It's like, to me, the same can be said for other groups of people. Whereas, like, if you lack actual real life experience with this culture, this subgroup of people, Japanese people or whatever, and all you see is anime, because I think a lot of us here can say we watched a lot of anime. That's like some of our first interaction with Japanese culture and thing, because
you were kids.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you grew up
Live on the
watching
other side
Yu-Gi-Oh!
of
and
the world.
Pokemon and all of that, and it's kind of far away to just go there and see what it's really like. So it fills your head with all these types of things, and hentai on top of that is a whole nother thing. If you get into that, it's like
Don't get into hentai,
that
kids.
was
Don't
one of the
do it.
reasons a dude of mine was like, yo, I want to be with an Asian chick to see if she sounds like the hentai chicks and thing. And it's like, that to me is problematic. The same way with a white girl that
By-
only likes black
by-
dudes and stuff.
well,
If it's
to your homie who interested just for that, from what I've been told and my friends in Asia, yeah,
you know this person as well.
yeah,
we
they
ain't mention that.
pretty much sound like you're killing them all the time.
Okay.
But no, come. We've been on this a little too while.
Yeah.
Before,
Can't be overtime already.
yeah, we overtime. So I just want to throw this out there just to say we have another topic. Quick, give me all your thing on this whole Gucci shit.
It's
Interesting
exactly
that
what
we
it
was talking
is.
about racial stuff this whole podcast,
Yeah.
and now we got Gucci and thing.
It's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it
Okay,
is.
so are you saying that you agree with the boycott and that is
No, let's be honest. Like most of the people, like
I never
look,
bought Gucci in my life, so I can't
most people
boycott.
can't boycott Gucci because like you
mean-
ain't part of the
How
dude.
you mean cat? You mean most
can't-
people
those
already
people can't
boycotting
afford-
Gucci?
you can't afford it.
They're already boycotting it.
Like
They boycott. The default boycott. The default setting is boycott.
look when Ti look if Ti says he's going to boycott Gucci and when he says we should be starting boycotting Gucci, he is talking to his other peers, his black rich
Rapper
Hey,
friends.
rapper friends.
I don't know nobody that is show off Gucci more than black people. I don't know if it's just
And
because
honestly-
social media and I'm
honestly,
not
that has
around
always-
those wealthy type white people. But the wealthy white people I know,
Michael Kors and
there's
stuff
thing
like that.
in
That has
t-shirts and
always
khakis.
been, that has
and
always
boat
been my
shoes.
issue with rap music and hip hop culture in general. The amount of free promotion that we give to all of these European companies that ain't doing shit
When
for
they
us,
got-
whether it's Gucci, Fendi, Prada, Chanel,
They got,
all
and
these luxury
especially
brands.
in this day and age where almost everybody and their mother going into a field, you have a plethora of options without having to go to those luxury brands. And those luxury brands is only quote unquote luxury because we make them so. Because you paying $1,500
not
for
not entirely. I get where you're coming from, but
Dog.
not entirely.
Now, there's no way you could tell me it costs $1,500 for a shirt just with a logo on it. We said this on the podcast before. It's ridiculously markup prices just for the logo. That's what you're paying for mostly, the logo.
That's why I don't buy branded clothes.
That's some of it. But when you think of luxury, what it is,
quality-
there's
it's
like
supposed to be
certain
a
things that
quality.
goes into that. There's a level of craftsmanship. There's heritage. If you got like a long history of being the finest Swiss watchmakers and stuff like that, or did you? were there certain kind of benchmarks and thing that this company did, like certain? Were you the first company to make I don't know. I know with watches and stuff.
I understand exactly what you mean, but how do we
give them credibility and validity and this the hot shit.
But not only that,
and that's the problem.
Like those brands came being luxury because they put in the effort, they put in the work, they must have had connections and whatnot, but the quality stayed up to par. But not only that, people gave them a chance.
And to me, my even bigger issue to me with most of those luxury brands is the thing that they pride themselves on. It's so crazy when you think, because anytime you see a country like Johnny Walker, for example, is one of those that say walking since 1872 or whatever, and stuff. And there's like a lot of other companies that do that type of thing since whatever year it was established.
Smirnoffs and them ones.
And all of these companies are like, oh, so we were still working for y'all for free during this time. That has been made. Like, just think about that when you think about like the kind of dynamics of today. If you seen a company that was founded in 1700, we couldn't even work and earn wages. Like at the time when y'all was already establishing companies, you can never compete with that. That's like the ultimate head start right there. Every time you see those types of companies, it's like,
nah, but
I'm not saying that we shouldn't support it just because they were started during the time of slavery or nothing like that.
No, I understand.
But
for me, I just saying, like, if, for instance, Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova could easily, as much as it's seen as a cheap brand and whatnot, that could easily become a luxurious brand as well if people just give it support. It
already is to some degree. I mean, with the Cardi B line of shit costing like $300
it's considering
for certain
it's getting there, but it's no, like you say yourself, because of the advantages of starting way back when, they don't have that support and they don't have that capital. But if black people would be supported,
as much as Fashion Nova is owned by black people, so that's my main issue with Fashion Nova. That's a lot of people.
That's another something. But
just I've honestly to bring it back to Gucci for a second. One, in my circle of friends, I've never seen anybody with anything Gucci, and these people got money. I mean, like, good enough money to at least buy a Gucci shoe, which I would assume some of them cost like 400 euros or 300 something. Like, I think, first of all, like, especially in Europe,
Gucci everywhere.
I think, yeah, but like, Gucci, I find that more people in America wear Gucci than people in Europe.
Yeah.
Because that's to me, that's what I was saying. It's that whole thing. It's that whole thing with that foreign. We love the foreign. How many songs you hear? Trey Songz has a song called Foreign, talking about the foreign whip, the foreign chick. It's like all of these things too.
The foreign car, the foreign girl, the foreign is everything. That's
they don't want nothing that's American made because everything that's outside of America, because of import tax and all kind of shit, the price is higher, so it's seen as luxury. The same way in St. Martin is like, yo, if you got a Benz, like our perception of what cars mean, people got money compared to coming here, it changed completely, because here everything is locally made, is way cheaper, and you see if taxi drivers driving Benzes and things, it changes your perception of what the Benz is supposed to be.
First time I was in the Benz was in the taxi, so I was.
But the thing is, like, I don't know, I find certain, like, I find that the topic kind of went a little bit sideways as well, but in terms of just it was a racist thing. Look, in the sense of
fashion brands in Gucci,
luxury
stuff.
But let me bring not every fashion brand. Like, look, if you want to wear black made clothes, fine, buy black made clothes. Just be conscious of what type of company you're supporting and what type of messaging you bring out there. And if you're comfortable supporting that, then okay, just do you, boo boo. And if you ain't comfortable about it, then just put a little bit more search and see what's going on.
I gonna say this.
I don't buy branded clothes.
Some people are Gucci, some people are TI, some people are Floyd.
But wait. Floyd, I'm glad you bring up Floyd. Until either yesterday or this morning, I'm not going to lie, I did not see a problem with the mask. With the whole Gucci thing. It's when I look at it properly and see the
similarities of blackface.
The red lips. If they didn't have that red part on it, it wouldn't have been, to me, it would have been like, okay.
Yeah, but that's not the case. The red lips was on it.
The red lips. Yeah. But that's the thing. Is that not what made it the whole bigger thing? Because it's the whole red lips. So if it was just a thing, nobody would have been.
Obviously not, because then it would not have any connotation to blackface at all.
Because that was, I guess, what I was saying, you might be upset with me when this topic come up, but that's what I was saying because I didn't see a problem with it. But it's when I see the red lips, I was like, oh, okay. Nah, they should know better than that. And then they got other companies in the States legit putting out the whole blackface. Oh, you see that jacket? I can't remember.
There's a couple.
Yeah, but
Montclair was one of the other
I think
companies
it's from Montclair. Like legit, they had
what's Montclair?
the whole is
some other luxury brand.
Some other luxury brand.
Stuff I don't wear, so I don't
it's
know
like
the details.
they had like Gucci and them, and then it's like right under. So it's like it's above fashion over them, but it's like right under.
At a certain point, I think they're doing this for marketing.
The brands,
there's too many stuff happening. Yeah, there's too many stuff happening around the same time. This is.
But I was watching a video when you say it to a certain extent, I think it's true because man was like, yeah, the black people gonna have all the outrage and stuff for that, but the main customers and the people who spend black people that spend a lot of stuff like that, but the white people and stuff like that who always been supporting Gucci, they gonna go because they're seeing all the marketing and stuff like that. Is they who going to go and raise the stock prices? Is they who going to go and continue to buy it?
But it's not just that; it's just name recognition.
That too.
Because now, just you're hearing Gucci a lot of times.
And
some of them is not. They're even going to know about the actual
boycott.
Yeah,
hearing all the Gucci talk.
Yeah, they don't even going to know about the sweater. They're just seeing Gucci trending. They seeing
like you see what King had bring up Floyd. Like he had say some people is T.I., some people is Floyd. Cool, Floyd a cunt, but the message, what he's saying behind it, is kind of true.
Listen, that's the same. That's why I am now. That's why I was just saying all of how I feel with interracial relationships is like, yo, you're going to have Floyds of the world.
Yeah.
You're going to have people who don't agree, who don't see, no matter how much you lay out facts and whatever it is for them.
His thing behind
he just want to do what you want to do.
I was going to say his reasoning behind it is bullshit, but that would kind of contradict the statement I had made like 2 minutes ago, saying that he kind of makes sense. Because the message behind it was like, yo, if black people really wanted to be outraged, they would have been doing this shit a long time ago. Because these people been doing that been doing shit like that. So it was like, but and then in
it's
what 2 weeks
you what to be upset about type of vibe.
Yeah,
I definitely understand.
And then saying like, yeah, in 2 weeks from now, they're gonna just say they're gonna just apologize, and you're back in the Gucci store again.
Now way people are saying so they boycott for 3 months out here asking
but
for
that's why I tell you it's marketing. That's why I look. I find it at this point in 2019, I find it really hard to believe that this thing went through a bunch of eyes. And nobody
we saw this
noticed.
with H&M. We saw this with the coolest monkey in the jungle. We're repeating the same conversation. But question, do you see it as racist?
It is.
Do you see it as racist?
No, yeah. In this
sure? You seem kind of unsure.
No, why I say no is because cool. Mistakes could happen, things could be overlooked and stuff like that. But you as a company have seen this happen with all the other with other brands last year, and you still that's the
outrage marketing. Like you because you see the effect of all those other campaigns where you did something that was insensitive or whatever, and everybody was talking about. That may be exactly why they do it.
Maybe.
And people gonna forget about this.
We would think and
many
hope
people
that
remember the whole H&M thing. Honestly,
me.
I mean,
I know I'm different.
A lot of people don't remember that story.
But do you still not go by H&M?
Indeed.
I have never since the last H&M thing I bought was boxes, and that was honestly I've almost never bought anything in H&M.
I just get upset anytime I trying to buy a beer and these people offer me Heineken. Like, I mean, I still on that. There's been a couple times that I've drank a Heineken ever since the Sometimes Lighter is Better commercial and stuff, or in Desperado. There's been a few times that I've drank Heineken since then, but those was like against my will, where I didn't read properly and it just said beer. See?
I can't forget about the Heineken. That Heineken Lighter is.
I remember about it. I remember
the first H&M thing. That's why, for me in particular, that's why this H&M shit was like, yo, y'all already fucked up before. This is not your first time fucking up. It's like, I ain't giving y'all the benefit of the doubt. But before we end, if you want to touch this last topic being the Liam Neeson shit, since we already talking about race the whole episode,
it was supposed to be a Valentine's Day episode, guys.
Yeah, so much for that.
Turn into race. I don't know.
Like always.
Nah, man, always.
I mean,
I would not. I still would go watching movies. I don't think he is racist. I think he had a racist thought. Is it justified? Me personally, Sean, Kana, how he said it was a little tense, but going through that motion and having that emotion and having been through something like that, almost, I can't really say anything about it because I understand where he's coming from to a certain extent.
Interesting.
I kind of understand because like, but
so you don't think? Do you think it's just a racist thought though? Because he said he did this multiple times, went outside his house multiple days, like 4 or 5 times or so, looking for a black bastard to start some shit with him so that he could kill homie. And he overcame this through power walking. Or like whatever it was to like.
But do we not give him the fact that he overcame? Do we not give him credit the fact that he overcame it and didn't actually pursue it? Because that could have been something else. Like nothing stopping him from just beating up a black person. Like that could have been something as well.
Can you refresh why he got that thought in the first place?
A friend of his was raped. And she said it was just a black guy.
And that's the only qualifier that homie needed to go out and decide, you know what? To me, it's like, I was telling this to the wifey, either homie is stupid or he's racist. Those are the only 2 outcomes in this entire scenario. And to me, I lean more towards racist than stupid because stupid is the reason because of that. What type of justice or vengeance you trying to seek? If I was raped by black guys, all you hear is black. Nowhere was the person. What were they? Nothing. All you need is black to go there, and that shows me that you're stupid. First of all, because obviously that's a terrible.
But most Americans were stupid. Sorry,
he's British account.
Let's not say that.
He's British account.
I mean, in terms of
the only reason I saying it is because I catch myself doing it as well. Because if we have to keep that notion, then we just as bad as the Dutch.
Statistically,
we just as bad as the Dutch when they're saying all Caribbean people are just like how did they act in curse. So
Okay. Let me say we got let me rephrase that. They did a poll, and I'm not saying it's not the majority, but it's a scary amount of people. Like when you have like 30% of
that
people
ignorant, yes, that's something different than being stupid.
Yeah. Okay, I need to rephrase it. But yeah.
But either way, I understand with me. I just point out that because
we got a lot of Trump followers here, so trust me.
Yeah, but I not go take him out as racist one time because I've had that. And what you say is either he's stupid or he racist. Mm-hmm. I would say that he was emotional. I would put that into it as well because, again, somebody who's been through something not similar, but who's been through a situation
on multiple occasions, you leave your house with this weapon. But that's the thing. If it's like cool, you, my friend, you tell me you was raped. I'm upset in that moment.
Okay.
I'm upset.
Maybe I talking about him, but I didn't hear that he had repeatedly do it day after day.
That's the thing. It's like, for a period of time, you leave your house to go looking for a black person. So, and not only just to fight, you ain't trying to start the fight. You want them to antagonize you so you can kill them in self-defense. You are aware that the people can see you as the victim and take side with, like, you know you're going to get away with it. That's the racist part to me that I see. The fact that you intentionally going looking for somebody to antagonize so you could have an excuse to kill this person. Going out there willfully knowing that. That's why it's like, yo, this, you stupid or racist. I lean more towards racist because of that aspect.
I understand your argument with that. That's what I say. I'm not saying what he said or his action was right.
And to me, he been done.
I understand.
Were you watching Taken 15? Like we saw, we gave you the first one. That was cool. You did the second one. It was like, okay, cool. You're using a special set of. It's an exaggeration, obviously, but it's all the same movie. How much times Liam Neeson will give us the same movie where somebody's kidnapped and using the special set of skills to go and find this person?
Yeah.
Like, Taking 2, we was like, okay, cool. So we give us the same movie again, slightly different. I think it was your daughter first, now it was your son or some shit.
No, Taking 2 was, I think, the wife.
Whoever it was. And like, why everybody around you getting taken, nigga? Like, you was the problem.
Because he got a special set of skills, that's why. No, but, Sean, Kana, not gonna write him off one time as racist. Look,
I need,
Look, I find we just have, like, conversations needs to be happen. Maybe this man got a mental health issue. We don't know. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. what he did was wrong. Fuck that noise. But we have to start thinking about how we're going to approach this.
Even the concept of like, so I'm supposed to pat him on the back because
No,
you wanted,
you don't.
no, you wanted to kill black people, and because you didn't, like,
No, in this
I know
day,
that's
in
not,
this
I
day
know
and
that's
age,
not what he was trying to say, but it's like, so we
Yeah.
don't give him credit. Like, why would we give him credit for like for being a regular human? You did what you're supposed to do as a regular human. I'm supposed to pat you on the back because you didn't act on your psychopathic, murdering, racist black people. Like, what kind of crazy scenario is that?
in
Where
the-
I'm
yo, in
supposed
this-
to
we
need to
credit
have-
him
that's why
for
we need to
not
have
killing
more
black people.
conversations.
in this
like
day
this.
and age, yeah.
Like, instead
shit is
of
crazy
people
to
need to talk about certain things more. Like, he has to go in a group and figure out why those emotions
But not
came
only-
about.
but-
What happened to him
Yo,
for him to?
let's not also forget this is what, decades ago.
Yeah, it was something like 40 years ago, and
So,
homie
like,
66. So
is-
he
So
was
that
like
was
in his
during the
20s.
time of
Homeboy-
segregation
is
and all that
homeboy not
stuff.
allowed to like evolve. Again, I'm not saying what he think was right,
Has
but
he
like
evolved?
40, I don't know.
Was he living in
I don't
America?
know.
Was he living in America?
Like, well, what has he done, or what has he done to show us that okay, he's not this person anymore?
Do you know?
But was he living in America?
None of us know, but I'm like, why are we just automatically giving him the benefit of if you admit into this? And what have you done to show me that you don't reflect these thoughts anymore? That's my
But
question.
that's the thing. If it was so bad, why admit it in the first? Why would he admit it in the first place?
Because nobody going to see his movies, and he trying to sell a movie. So it's like, okay, cool. What can I do? Say some outrageous shit, the same shit we've been talking about the whole episode, more or less. To be like, cool. Now people know my name again because
guess-
you
I
were
guess
you
I
going to see
can't-
Taken 4 and 5?
I guess I don't see it that way because my brain don't logically like automatically think that way. It could me like that's thing, but I have a point.
But yeah, but look, he old first of all. So I don't.
I'm sure that
yeah,
factors
yeah,
into
that's,
it. I mean, the culture,
especially-
the climate, that the age that he was when these things, if it is indeed the case. Like,
It's the same. It's the same story with the guy that made the duck whistle.
what?
The hillbilly,
I'm
the
not
one that
aware.
has the show
Duck whistle,
Duck
like that.
Dynasty. The guy the guys from Duck Dynasty.
One to them.
Yeah. So they asked him what he thinks about gay people. Blah blah blah. He went on this whole tirade, and someone came up with a very valid point. He's 70 years old. His grandparents was from the generation that was shooting. No, his great grandparents was from the generation that was shooting Indians. Stay out of my lawn and stuff like that. What did you think that he thought?
I get that, but to me, it's a valid
A
excuse.
hillbilly? No, but it's
A valid excuse to be racist.
It's a
No, no,
valid
no.
excuse to a certain extent, in the sense that to me, the same like my own self. I know I was guilty of a whole bunch of colorism races that we were just talking about, like me being one of the people that on the clear skin, curly hair type of thing. But at a certain point, you realize, once you know better. To me, at that point, because you can be ignorant if you just don't know something. If you don't know no better, I can't fault you for not doing better.
yeah. But the difference with that
At a
is
certain
like,
point, if you will ever confront, if somebody presents you new information, if somebody tell you like, yo, what you doing is wrong and this and that, and you still continue, I don't know if that was the case.
the thing is, we are still in a sponge period. You understand what I'm saying with that? Like, this man was getting fed for like 40 years. That, and this whole gay topic, like, I would say this now the last 8 to 9 years that has been changing. But 10 years ago, you still had this anti-gay.
The other day, I had watched Eddie Murphy's Delirious. It starts off with 10 minutes of faggot jokes.
Yes.
Like, it starts off with 10 minutes of that.
Maggot.
So at a certain, like, if someone is 70 years now and you're going to ask him what you think about gay people, most likely it's going to be anti-gay. Because he's not a sponge anymore. He's filled up. The sponge ain't soaking up no more water. You have it's a special group of people that can be old and still change their views. But it's a small amount of people. So that's all I'm saying with that.
Definitely true.
I agree.
Definitely true. All right, fellas. With that, we failed again this week. But it's okay. It's okay.
He's trying to keep it short.
It's
He's trying to
okay.
keep it short.
We gotta have less controversial topics, then we know we're gonna keep it on.
Plugs.
Yeah, Woods, you got parties going on and whatnot.
Boy, every Thursday, Club Escape. We got Thursday. I can't talk about the concept that's going to come afterwards, but stay tuned. I got on the 23rd of February, got Dale Reggaeton. The 3rd of March, I got El Barrio. next the 20 next week Thursday is the 21st. Yeah, the 21st of Thursday. This Thursday and Friends. I'm playing in both. Look it up on social media or follow my IG at Woods the Chosen.
And for all our lazy people, Thursdays is in Escape, Amsterdam, Rembrandt Plain, and Friends is Blue Ivy now?
Blue Ivy, yeah.
Club Blue Ivy.
Also in Rembrandt Plain.
And that's going to be Rembrandt Plain. Blue Ivy used to be Club Abe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for those who confused
Never went
about
Blue
it.
Ivy.
Because it just opened up.
Yeah.
True. Or the other one you just mentioned before.
Oh, okay. They had a grenade in the bathroom once.
Thank you for... No, it was not in the bathroom. It was in front of the door.
Oh, they had a grenade in front of the door.
Great marketing. Great publicity for the place.
You want to get blow up?
No, stop.
Want to go to somewhere that literally is the bomb.
Everybody about to get
Blue
lit.
Ivy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well, my plugs. I got Criminal and I got Hydro, the songs that I'm sure you heard before me talking about. And yeah, Hydro is by the Three Conscious Cats, me, Cheat Code, and West Lord, or Alto, or Froggy, or whoever he feels like being.
I find you need to have a dialogue with Homeboy and really find out what is mad, use it as, because.
And then the other one, Mr. King and Dollar G. That one is Criminal, out now on all streaming services and blah blah. So make sure you check that out. And Mr. Canizo.
Yeah, like always, I have nothing to plug, but let's remind you guys, the link up is on all streaming platforms as well.
Go watch the episode with his brother. I mean, I don't understand why that video have such little amount of views, and it's great information, a lot of content about the Nature Foundation. Support the Nature Foundation.
It just shows people rather watch shit than actually be educated.
But
what was I saying?
Support the Nature Foundation.
Yeah.
Support the Nature Foundation. Like always, whether you're in St. Martin or Aruba, Curacao, wherever you is in the Caribbean, y'all try to give back to the island. Whether it's through whichever, not yet.
Nope.
Through the Nature Foundation or whatever Nature Foundation that is on your island or whatever organization you have, because as we can see, we can't depend on government.
We got to be the change we want to see in the world.
Yeah,
we are the world.
All right then, MJ. But yeah, that's about it for me. Okay, no. Come. Let me cut this.
All right, then, so with all of that being said, we'll see y'all the next time we link up.
I'll be here for you.